City and Guilds International Spoken ESOL Test, Expert Level. Today's date is June the 17th, 2011. Bolaj Porosh. Test begins. Hello, my name is Nigel Taylor. Can you spell your family name, please?
Yes, of course. It's P-O-R-O-S.
Thank you. And where are you from?
I'm from Budapest.
Thank you. Now, in the first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself and your ideas. All right?
All right.
Now, the first topic is interior design. What's the most impressive room you've ever seen?
Most impressive room? It's an interesting question. I'm quite obsessed with my own room at the time. We have recently renovated my flat and I have major problems with the interior design because, well, for instance, the walls are made of concrete and it's quite difficult to put a simple picture on it because it's too hard, so you can just use simple I don't know things to put a hole on it, so it's quite difficult and I'm quite complicated on getting things done.
I see.
So simply to go to a shop and buy anything, it takes time.
Okay, daily life is the next topic. What is the ideal balance between leisure time and work time?
It depends on the personality, I think. So there are some who need just hours to sleep or to for leisure time, and others need more time. So speaking of me, I'm good at working hours late at night, for example, but after 2 or 3 days like that, I need some time to regain the force and regain.
Okay, thank you. Travel. When you travel, what are your priorities when choosing accommodation?
Price, I would say, for students, price is number one priority. But of course, location as well. So city center must be or should be not too far, because traveling expenses can be as high, for example, as more expensive accommodation, and it doesn't really matter if you.
Thank you very much. Now, moving on to part 2, I'm going to read some situations. I want you to start or respond as necessary. The first situation: I'm sitting next to you on a train and I've spilt my coffee over you. I start. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, well, never mind, but these jeans, they are brand new, and what can I do? It won't come out.
Well, obviously, I'll pay for the dry cleaning.
Well, no, it's a matter of time. I don't have time for cleaning, and I'm traveling to a job conference, and oh, it's so embarrassing. What can I do? I don't have a...
I'm terribly sorry. I can do nothing else apart from pay for the cleaning. Can't we find a 1-hour dry cleaners?
Well, we can, but I would prefer to buy a new one at the train station.
Okay, well, let's go and do that.
Okay, do you know any shops where I can find a cheap one?
I think there's one just around the corner from the next stop.
I don't think I have that much cash.
No, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it.
Okay, but credit card is fine. I can pay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And it's quite hot.
I'm terribly sorry. Okay, moving on. The second situation. I'm a friend that you haven't seen for ages. You're surprised by my appearance. You start.
Wow! What are you doing here?
Long time no see.
Such a surprise. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Oh, well, I'm quite busy at the moment.
Really? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm having a language exam tomorrow.
Wow.
I'm quite nervous.
I bet. What is the language?
Well, it's English.
Aha.
And, well, hope for the best, but I haven't spoken it for a long time, so
Really? You need to practice.
yeah. And how are you?
Yeah, very well. I've just passed my English exam.
Oh!
Thank
Congratulations.
you very much. Yeah.
Was it easy?
It was okay. It was
was
okay.
okay.
I don't think it's ever easy, but it was good.
I hope for a nice examiner.
I think the best thing to do is to learn English.
Yeah,
And then
I agree.
It doesn't matter what the examiner's like, man.
I agree.
Thank you. Now, in part 3, in this part of the test, we're going to discuss something together. All right?
Yes.
Now, we live in a shared flat, okay? And we're looking for a third person to rent a spare room that we have, okay? Now, I'll hand this to you. Let's discuss what's important to us about the person and put our ideas in a rank order of importance. Take 20 seconds to think about what you want to say. Okay, why don't you start?
Okay. So, for me, I would say personality is not so important. I spend a lot of time at the university. I just sleep at our flat, so I don't think we will have so much contact with this person.
What about weekends?
Weekends, yeah, you're right. On the other hand, there are habits that can really annoy me. For example, if he or she leaves hair at the bathroom, and or I don't know. I would say habits have greater importance for me.
Okay, I don't like bad habits either. But to me, the financial viability is really important. Can they pay?
Yes, of course. But how can we figure out if the one's reliable? Or, well, we can ask for 2 months. I don't know. Money or how does it work? I don't
We could do
know.
that. We can ask for 2 months' money in advance.
In advance, yeah.
Yeah.
And if they can afford it, it means they have sort of something that,
Okay. Anything else here?
yeah, work study timetable. Yeah, that's important because when I have exams, I really work or study at night, and it can annoy him or her. I don't know.
But what about the other way around? What if they do it to us?
Well, I'm quite flexible, I think, so I can sleep whenever. So,
Okay. Well, that's
what
good
about
for
you?
Well, for me, I'd like the person to have some sort of experience about flat sharing.
Yeah,
Then they know what to expect.
yeah,
Otherwise, they're going to have really a bad time.
yeah.
We've got too
I
much
can
to
turn
do.
that.
So what's the most important then?
Most important, habits, I would say.
Okay,
that's the most
so habits,
important.
I agree with that one. Second one for me is the financial side.
Yeah, it's important. It's important, but let's not forget the work and study timetable, because that can cause problems.
Yeah, okay, so that's kind of equal. After that, personality or experience of flat sharing?
Well, experience of flat sharing, well, a newbie could be quite funny, and I don't think it's really important, because if someone moves a lot, that can mean as well some
Okay.
warning sign.
So we'll put that last.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Thank you. Now in part 4, you are going to talk on your own about a topic for 2 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes. Now, your topic is a favourite view. First, think about it for 30 seconds and make some notes if you want. So your topic is a favourite view. Okay, Volage Posh, please start.
Favorite view. Speaking of favorite view, I love mountaineering and hiking, and nothing. So you can't compare anything to a view of sunrise or a sunset at the mountains, and the cold wind blowing, and you just hold a cup of tea and just looking at the view. That it's really a unique thing. You have to feel it. You have to be there to know what I'm speaking about. And sadly in Hungary you don't really have the chance, because we don't have that high mountains. But Austria is in the neighborhood, and it takes only a few hours to travel there, and we do it a lot. If we have some free time, we just take the train, or if we have luck, I can borrow my mother's car, and it's really a 5 or 6 hours journey. And after that, it's really I can really shut down, and I can have free time as I want it. So it's really my favorite thing to do. I do it a lot, my free time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and for you, what spoils a beautiful view?
Well, it's quite difficult to say. What do you mean by that?
Is there something about a view which makes you think that this would be beautiful, but now this has happened and it's awful?
Well, I would say litter, for example. It can ruin everything, because it's so sad when you walk a path somewhere from in the nature, and there are cans and plastic bags and everything, and I just can't imagine how can anyone leave that so easily. That ruins the landscape everywhere. And buildings as well. So if there's a modern concrete building just in the middle of a green field, it happens these days. It's also very awful. I think those things spoil the landscape, I think.
Okay, thank you. This is the end of the test. Volage, end of test.